guys, Coach Dave.
Coach Eddie.
We're here with another WOD Science episode, and today we're talking about hip impingements.
Yeah, so we covered the ankle, the knee, and now we're kind of moving up to the hip. We'll probably spend about
3 to 4 episodes.
Yeah, 3 to 4 episodes on the hip itself, covering the front, the side, the back, and the inside of the hip. We're going to talk a little bit about hip impingement and ways that you can clear that up. So hip impingement, we usually kind of see, when we go down for deep squats, lunging, maybe running, we'll get that pinching on the outside aspect of our hip, kind of.
Yeah, that's just going to tilt you down here.
Right in this area right here. So we're going to go over a couple mobility tools that we think help really well to kind of clear that stuff up for you. We get hip impingement, a lot of times with tight muscles in the hip, whether that's the hip flexors itself, the adductors, piriformis in the back, not firing our glutes, basically, just a lot of junk in that area building up.
Right, so generally you're going to feel this if you're going for a run, you get that kind of nagging pinch. Like you said, a deep squat, you'll kind of feel that down in the bottom. Anytime you kind of load up the legs where you have to go below parallel.
Yeah, basically breaking parallel, you're going to notice that pinch on the outside.
All right, so let's get through it. Throw our favorite drills, get that cleared up.
Alrighty guys, one of the mobility tools that we're going to go over today is the lateral band distraction for the hip impingement. So what I like to do is I like to take a resistance band, pretty heavy, the green one tends to work really well. Kind of put it all the way up in that hip joint, and then what I like to do is I step all the way out so there's nice tension on the band. Kind of go down into a lunge, and you almost let it self-distract, but then what we're going to do is we're going to resist by pushing our knee back in. So you kind of feel that little pinch pull right on the outside, and you kind of keep on doing this until it clears up. Move it around in various positions. You can distract it back to the outside as well. But I find that this one works really well. Like always, do it on both sides. We don't want to create any asymmetries, so that we don't want to clear up one hip and then the next thing you know, our other one starts to go bad.
All right, guys, we're going to keep the band where it was, just like Coach Eddie did, and I'm going to show you one of my favorites. So the only pieces of equipment you're going to need is I like the green band, so we're going to go with a nice thick green band, and then like a heavier kettlebell, so anything above 53 pounds, okay? So just like Eddie did, we're stepping into that band, and we're bringing that band all the way up into that hip crease, okay, as high as it'll go. Now we want to step back, we're going to create some tension on that band. Then we're going to put the kettlebell kind of down on the ankle. Okay, so I'm going to anchor my ankle around that kettlebell. And now I want to think about facing the band. And I'm going to kind of just lean forward, allow the band to pull my hips forward with it. And I'm going to keep this chest tall so my hips are driving this way. And use my hands on my other knee for a little bit of stability. I'm just going to feel that pulling. It's creating that distraction in the hip, causing this to kind of release a little bit. And I can feel it already, just kind of releasing. And I can kind of press into it and kind of relax, push into it, and kind of come back tall. And when you press down, that's when you're going to really feel that pinching out here. And you can just hang out here, I'd say 2 minutes. Again, don't just do one side, just because I feel it on this side and then give it up. You're going to make sure you do the same on the other side as well.
Alrighty guys, that third piece that we're going to talk about today is a move that I like to call a tactical frog. So there's 3 positions that we can kind of actually work from this one. The easy one being that we just put our feet out, and we're just going to come forward, bringing our hips to the ground, then slide back into position as far as we can. Kind of keep on working through those hips. Feel stuck in an area, kind of try to sit back on it. Let's go a little further, coming forward. From there, we can break it out individually and work each side. So as we come back, the toes rotate back up. And we come forward, driving that hip all the way through again. You might get some clicking, some popping on the outside, that's fine. Just keep on working through that. And then the last one, going back to our first position, we're going to use our knee kind of as a lever. What we're going to do is we're going to aim our hip down to the opposite arm. So it looks a little bit like this. Just drive that hip through. Once again, you might get some clicking, popping, kind of just keep on working through that. You know, about 15 reps on each side.
All right, guys, that concludes another awesome episode of WOD Science with Coach Dave.
Dr. Eddie.
If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about any future episode ideas, make sure you comment below. We will make sure we address those in any future episodes.
With that being said, guys, remember one thing: optimize your body,
Optimize your potential,
and optimize your life.